Number one, I mean, congrats, they did it. We've talked about this
Oh,
Indiana
good
team
job.
for 2 years. Like, this is like it should be noted the most impressive start to a power conference tenure, and all things considered. You know, what the program it was that Kurt Signetti took over, the intention that he had in terms of bending everyone to his will. I mean, he told us back at the beginning of the season in Las Vegas, he said, I had to shake things up. Like him going out at the basketball game and running his mouth, him doing the Google me. Like he was very intentional about trying to wake up a community, trying to wake up a campus, trying to say, hey, this is like we need to take ourselves seriously. In football season should not be something that we do until basketball season. This was different. They lined up and beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Super stuff. What stood out to you, Tom?
I mean, you know what they say, Chip. Football in 49 states, it's a sport, but in the state of Indiana, it's religion.
That is, I think that's how the saying goes. There might be one or two words.
That has always been the way that they've said it. I mean, we talked about it all week when we were previewing this game. We've talked about it all season, really, with Indiana since they went on the road to beat Oregon. The biggest difference in this team this year is they upgraded their quarterback, but they really upgraded along the lines of scrimmage. It gave them a chance to compete against teams like this. And when you have watched Ohio State this year, outside of Texas and Michigan for a little bit, there really haven't been many teams that were able to compete with them along the lines of scrimmage for 60 minutes. Indiana did.
I know.
Indiana got they got after Sane. Sane was more hurried and under more pressure tonight than we've seen him at any point this career. I tweeted the stat. He got sacked 7 times in the regular season. He got sacked 5 times tonight. Like, he's not used to playing in that. We haven't seen him have to overcome being in that pocket, being harassed, having to look downfield while he's got guys on his ass the entire time. And he really, really struggled with it tonight. And Indiana, their defensive backs deserve a ton of credit too, because they did a great job of at least, you can't cover Jeremiah Smith, but you can try to slow him down. They did for the most part. D'Angelo Pons, I don't know if you guys heard, they were high school teammates. Did an excellent job despite the significant size advantage of holding him in check. Carnell Tate kind of disappeared in the second half of that game. I don't know where he went. He seemed to be in somebody's pocket. Like, it was just an outstanding performance by that defense, because in our lock spot on Thursday, I took the Indiana team total under 21.5, and that thing cruised to an easy win, and they still won the game. They held Ohio State. They held the freaking Buckeyes to 10 points.
Yeah.
I thought they played critical situations really, really well. Like, obviously, the field goal is not on them, but like the red zone stuff they did was excellent. Like they kind of got the style of game that they needed to get, and they out executed Ohio State in the critical situations. Right? I think they played tells and keys really well, so well. I think like late in the game, you saw Ohio State try to do like a little more tendency breaking stuff. The Ennis throwback, the rollout there, trying to slip them on 3rd and 1. Like, those guys, just like to their credit, they seem to anticipate it really well, like when they were going to counter it, right? Like Indiana played that throwback even pretty well. Like they had the back to the flat covered there on the 3rd and 1 after Ohio State was moving the ball on that drive. This really came down to playing really great red zone defense and getting enough pressure, on on Sane, like throughout the ball game. To Tom's point, like that was kind of the difference here, right? Like Indiana has been probably
was it 4 red zone attempts, and it just ends up being 1 touchdown.
One touchdown and one field goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, these were points allowed wise. Points allowed wise, Ohio State was the best red zone defense this year, and Indiana was the 4th best, and they played like it.
100%. They had what, like 8 real drives each? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they had 8 real drives each. They both had 3 drives that exceeded 50 yards. Ohio State had 81, 70, and 67. Indiana had 54, 61, and 88. The real difference was Indiana cashed the 1 long drive in with the touchdown, and Ohio State got field goal, turnover on downs, missed field goal. Like, I think like they show they're very evenly matched teams, and like Indiana like won in the red zone, and they're the Big Ten champions. That is wild.
Yeah,
congrats. Like they've proved they're really good all year. We shouldn't lose sight of like how wild it is. We're sitting here and saying Indiana is the Big Ten champion. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like they were the 1 and 2 team in the country all year in the polls, but there was always the question of, since they hadn't played each other, like are they both really the 2 best teams in the country? I feel like tonight kind of proved that they are, and I also feel pretty confident that they'll play again. Like whether it's in the semis or the title game, I don't know, but I do feel very confident they will play again.
We'll get to college football playoff conversation later, but I would say that they probably won't be 1 and 4, right?
No, I would think 1 and 3.
Which would mean
1 and 2.
But that's still a championship game. The way
right.
Have you ever seen a bracket? The thing a lot of people don't realize about a bracket is the 1 seed and the 3 seed don't have a chance to meet until the end. So Garrett asked one of our favorite questions, especially here in the immediate wake of something. It is the credit blame game. And I know the answer is usually a little bit of both, but for the red zone success or failures, how does that credit and blame get assigned in your eyes?
I give most of the credit to the defense. I thought doing a QB sneak with your tiny little quarterback was an odd choice.
And did you see Cam's comment inside? Cameron Salerno, who's like a excellent writer with us at College Football, he mentioned, why did you go for it on the first try and then kick it on the second try? The second try absolutely being the awful fulfillment of the prophecy on the Cover 3 podcast when we said on this here show, was it Wednesday, Tom, in Big Game Breakdown, when we said, don't leave this up to the kickers?
But
this.
I agreed with the decision. Okay, I agreed with it. Like you go for it the first time because you've got plenty of time left. So if you don't get it, you're pinning them inside the 10, and you're going to get the ball back with a chance to score. At that point in the game, if you don't score or get the first down, you're probably not getting the ball back. And the field position doesn't really matter because Indiana just needs a first down, and it's going to be able to melt the clock down.
Also, you had to feel great if you're Ohio State sending the kicker out there, in my opinion, because like you had figured out Indiana's defense. You just drove it 81 and 77 yards in back-to-back drives. I think if you're Ryan Day, you're thinking, hey, we're stopping them pretty consistently. We just put together our best 2 drives of the day, right? Like 77-81 are the 2 best drives any team had so far today. We're moving on to them. We finally got them figured out. Okay, we didn't get third down. Let's tie this thing up. We'll get a stop. We're going to have a chance to win in regulation. If we go to overtime, we feel great. We're going to win this thing. And the kicker just missed it. I actually don't love it, but I don't hate it based on how they had adjusted and started moving the football.
Cool.
Like the one thing I would have changed is I would have made the kick.
Well, yeah.
If I could do anything different.
If I could do anything,
that was like a hook it into the crowd, celebrity golf tournament drive. Like, dude.
When Jordan Spieth took out the guy.
Yoink. Man, yeah.
By the way, the broadcast we are staying in this broadcast just showed JMU fans in Charlotte. That's pretty awesome. Driving from Harrison.
Oh, they're at the game. I thought they were showing them at a bar somewhere.
No. JMU fans at the ACC championship game, which I respect. Okay, back to the lecture at hand. So, what do you tell an Ohio State fan? Let's just say that we've got an Ohio State fan who's a big friend and listener to the show. Let's just say his name is, I don't know, like KJ or rhymes with KJ or anything like that. What would you tell them in terms of getting the right psyche as they prepare for the college football playoff? Should you be concerned about that?
No, I mean, it's not like you got the crap beat out of you. You lost by 3 points.
I think that you were hoping that your team, which looked like they could bring the sledgehammer to anybody all season long, scored 10 points in the Big Ten championship game. And it wasn't like it was some weird mental issue. I mean, it was you went out there and got beat. You could not block. Like Ohio State could not block Indiana. Is that I don't know how many defenses are going to be able to do that, but a couple of them are in the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's a fair point. If you're an Ohio State fan who was like, hey, we're going to roll over everybody in the playoff no matter what, That is, I guess, in theory still possible, but I don't think you're assuming that now. Like the rest of the country now has a lot more hope than they would have if Ohio State just gone out there and killed it. Because Indiana has been the clear second best team in the country all year, right? So the fact that like they played them like very evenly and they came out on top is, I think, gives like a lot of the rest of the country hope. You know, if you are a Georgia fan, if you're an Oregon fan, like getting those guys back, like stuff like that, like, hey, you know what? We're going to have a chance if we have to face this team. You go for this if you're Duke?
Yeah,
I guess they are. I think you have to.
And you got it. So, but yeah, I mean, losing stinks. You're not exactly happy. You definitely are more concerned. And I do think if you look at the overall, how the game played out, the biggest problem Ohio State's had all year is their run game has not been great. And the run game was very bad tonight. They only have, the sacks obviously take a lot out of it. But even if you remove the sacks, they only averaged 4.1 yards per carry. Didn't really have that. It allowed Indiana to kind of pin its ears back and get after saying. So I think that if there is a rematch, you got to figure out a way to at least make that a bit more respectable. Bo Jackson finished with 83 yards, but if it's like, it's not like I don't think I'm suddenly I can't beat this team. There's nobody I can't beat. It's like if Ohio State plays well, it's going to beat anybody it plays. It's just Indiana played better than it did tonight.
How do they handle roughing the passer, by the way, on a end of series overtime play? It doesn't back the opponent up on the next one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take half the distance on the 2-point and try to go for 2?
I would, if that's what they.
Or is it enforced at the 40? If it's enforced at the 40, then you have to like take the penalty and make UVA start at the 40.
Mikey is losing his mind right now.
Sorry. Hey, you know what? Mikey's going to get the thumbnail right on this. Mikey's going to get the headline on this. People are going to say it's a 9-minute Ohio State Indiana VOD. They're going to click it. They're going to watch it. And if you watch it for 16 weeks, you're not at all going to be pissed that we had 90 seconds of Duke UVA talk in here. And we learned something too, because we learned that it actually is enforced at the 40.
It actually is enforced at the 40.
We are here. We are here to entertain and teach.
Did you guys know that? Did you guys know
I did not.
We watch a lot of football. I've never seen that.
I would be as good as all of the coaches that we talk about not knowing the overtime rules. Like with the way the overtime rules get changed every single season, the penalty enforcement on a roughing the passer call, I would pay somebody on my staff to know that.
I will say shout out to this one Indiana fan, because there was that one play Ohio State made where they hit the receiver behind the line of scrimmage on the screen pass and it got picked off. Indiana fans are screaming, why wasn't that pass interference?
Ball game.
Oh, wow. And I said, well, it's because if you're behind the line of scrimmage, there's no such thing as pass interference. And there was one Indiana fan that responded to me and says, okay, well, thank you, Tom. We're new to football. We don't know these things.
Like that one I did know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think both these defenses are really, really good. Like Indiana's defensive front is damn good. Their linebackers are just all over the field. Like those guys, they save them on a lot of plays constantly. Like those guys are really, really nice. We talk about Georgia's obviously, but like I think Indiana's are kind of right there. Like they're
safeties are. I mean, it's just here's a good one. Bud.
Yeah.
Are we on blue chip ratio watch with the Hoosiers?
I think it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go through a bunch of games.
I take no joy. I'm not trying to be like,
no. Somebody's going to bust it at some point. We've always thought like, hey, it's a team that would have like a first round quarterback that can overcome. And
weird.
Mendoza, who might be the number one pick.
And some of those throws, especially late in that game, like Cooper leaves the game with an injury. Keep an eye on that, by the way. I don't know what that's going to end up meaning, moving forward. At least got a little bit of time, but Becker stepped up.
We got Becker. Yeah.
He got some awesome throws in that game, but just there were some spots where the only way that Indiana gets the first down that they needed, and that happened a couple of times, the only way Indiana gets the first down they needed is because they've got Fernando freaking Mendoza as their quarterback. Or excuse me, to echo the way he said it on Fox, Fernando flipping Mendoza. What was the quote? The Indiana flipping Hoosiers? Was that it?
Indiana flipping Hoosiers.
Yeah, he got right back into 99 yards with the boys, and it's awesome.
I mean, like you look at Fernando now and like his body and like how they're gonna like project him at the NFL level because he's got the build and he's got all that. He's got the arm. Imagine when he reaches puberty, the kid might grow another 4 inches.
He would be like clutch Kirk Cousins.
All right, so I don't know his
Heisman Doza.
I don't know his background, but
he played at Columbus.
Oh, I was going to say John in the tailgate called him Trust Fund Jameis, which I'm going to take for his quotability, his skills, but I can't speak to Fernando's background to call him Trust Fund Jameis.
Hold on, I've got a text to send.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did Siri tell you to send a text to Kevin?
Uh-huh. Manny won the ACC before Mario did. XOXO. Sent.
So Heisman Doza?
Is that what the odds went?
I think that clutch throw, like maybe that locks it up for him.
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to speak on such things.
Oh, true. Right.
Sorry, buddy.
All right.
We're in the window.
Not a voter. Not a voter.
Yeah.
So like saying was going to be left off a lot of ballots if you look at like some of the media polling that's out there. Right. It was basically Mendoza or Pavia. So I think that clutch throw, like how much play that's going to get, he probably took it home.
Pavia had been the favorite for a while today. Mendoza is currently at FanDuel minus 3,000.
Yeah. Okay. He locked it up.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I said on CBS Sports HQ, I said there was a list of players that I was considering. Some of them were playing in championship weekend. Some of them were not. And I've got a little bit of time to figure out the order. Some will make the ballot, some won't. And then after the Heisman ceremony, when we come back on the Monday after Army, Navy, and Heisman Trophy, we'll maybe be able to show our cards and discuss it in a little bit.
We can't forget Emmett Johnson at Nebraska.
Hey, you know who's not getting enough Heisman love? You know who's really not getting it? Why isn't Jake Retzlaff getting more Heisman love? You know?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Why Alonzo Burnett ain't getting more Heisman love? Caden Weechin, come on now.
Who's a more impactful player? You take Caden Weechin off of Iowa. What are they? A 2-10 team?
In the tailgate, I did see a little late games delivered. I 100% agree with you. Both.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, today sucked.
Until the night. Which is as we turn the page here.